A very warm welcome to Newsfeed on this 8th day of January 2023. We have so much lined up for you on our bulletin this afternoon. Now remember, you can always interact with us on our social media platforms indicated at the bottom of your screen, which is at TV47 Kenya across all platforms. Now with that said, my name is Dennis Otieno. I trust you're doing well. Welcome to the broadcast. Now on to our top story this afternoon. President William Ruto, his deputy Rigathi Gachagua and other leaders are currently attending a church service in Laikipia County. The president has been attending Thanksgiving services across the country since he was elected last year. Let's cross over and listen in.
Election. Kwa hivyo tunashukuru Mungu leo na tunasema asante sana Your Excellency. Kitu moja tu kukuambia asubuhi. When we were campaigning as the UDA team, we kept telling the people of Laikipia, tutahakikisha His Excellency the President akuje huku. Because the Deputy President has taught us to be people of truth. None of us told you to come to Laikipia. Ni wewe ulipiga simu, ukasema leo unasoma katika kanisa ya Laikipia. For that we say thank you very much Your Excellency. Ni kuonyesha tuko kwa roho yako na unatufikiria vizuri kama wakazi wa Laikipia. Finally, Your Excellency, as the mother of the county, allow me to say thank you very much for the appointments you made in your government. You've appointed Mariro and Sylvia, and for that, a child in Laikipia County can now go to school believing that they can become permanent secretaries in this country, cabinet secretaries, as well as big jobs in the government. Your Excellency, allow me to say, bado unaendelea kuappoint watu. Tuko na watoto wetu huku Laikipia County, wamesoma na wanaelewa kazi. Tafadhali wakumbuke katika huo wakati utakapofika. According to today's sermon, tumeambiwa abandon the thoughts of unpleasant memories and we press on. Your Excellency, today you are helping us abandon our thoughts from the meeting tumekuwa nayo asubuhi. That our roads will be taken care of, our markets, our stadiums, our security issues, our human-wildlife conflict issues, shida zetu zote za kazi, hizo zote Your Excellency you've committed to honor them. Bishop Maina, junajua His Excellency atawapatia appointment. I want to warn you one thing. Leo tuliambiwa appointment yetu ni ya 8:30. Mimi nikaharakisha, nikafikiria nimefika mapema. His Excellency the President was there 30 minutes ahead of us. Kwa hivyo ile siku mtaambiwa mwende State House. Can you go 2 hours ahead? Afadhali mkaa huko kwa nyasi mkiomba, mkingoja kuitwa muingie ndani. Because he's a great timekeeper na ni lazima tuendelee kuiga ule mfano mzuri ametupatia. Finally, Your Excellency, the one issue that we may not have discussed in the meeting is in regards to a factory tulikuwa nayo huku Laikipia County. It was called Mountex. Ilikuwa inaandika watu wengi sana wa Laikipia County na watu wetu walikuwa napata kazi. Nikiwa msichana mdogo tulikuwa tunaona watu 1000 wakitoka, watu 1000 wanaingia. Your Excellency, the previous regime promised us that they were going to revive that factory. Till today that did not happen, and we know under your leadership that is going to happen. Kwa hayo mengi, sitaki kusema ni machache. Mungu awabariki, tunawapenda sana na tuendelee kufanyia kazi ya Mungu na nchi yetu. Asanteni sana.
Thank you, Your Excellency. A very important issue that she has raised about Mount.
And those are the live proceedings from Laikipia. The president, as well as his deputy Rigathi Gachagua, are yet to make their speeches, and our reporters are on ground. They're following up closely on that. And as soon as the president makes his speech, we will be crossing over back to Laikipia. We'll have a listen to what President William Ruto has to say. But on the same breath, religious leaders in Laikipia County have called upon President William Ruto to ensure the county has surplus boreholes in a bid to revamp the food produce. Speaking in the first interdenominational prayer service this year in Nanyuki Stadium, where the head of state, together with Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, are in attendance, the leaders have further asked Ruto to look into the runaway insecurity in the area.
Nilifanya kazi kubwa kuomba mchana na usiku ili kwamba Mungu atupe amani. Na kwa kweli Mungu hatuna budi kusema kwa ujasiri mwingi kwamba alitusikia na akatutendea, na sasa ndio tunafurahia. Mpaka mahali tumefika, twatoa shukrani zetu kwako na serikali yako yote kwa mengi yale yanaendelea kutendeka, hasa kwa siku hii ya leo ukiwa pamoja nasi. Twatoa shukurani zetu tukianza na msaada wa mbolea ambao umepeana. Kaunti ya Laikipia ni ya ukulima, na ukulima bila mbolea basi hatuwezi kukuza chakula.
Elsewhere, a section of Murang'a youth now want former Murang'a Governor Mwangi wa Iria to go slow on Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, saying Gachagua is the most senior politician in the region. The youth was speaking in Murang'a town, saying they will not sit back and watch Wairia disrespect elected leaders in the region. This comes as leaders in Mount Kenya continue to angle for regional kingpinship, with Wairia taking a swipe at the Deputy President this week, saying he doesn't fit the bill to be the region's kingpin.
We've seen leaders set a very bad precedence that we would not wish to see our kids adopt. We've seen leaders start, insulting each other in this region. We've seen retired leaders start insulting those who are in government, and we want to specifically address the former Murang'a governor, who is now a retired governor, Honorable Mwangi wa Iria, that the behavior that you've started showing to our kids, especially from the region, we won't tolerate.
In our region, Gema, we have the only person, and it is Rigathi Gachagua as the kingpin of the region. I want him to respect the deputy president and the office of the deputy president.
Namuomba aweze kuheshimu waliochaguliwa na watu, wananchi walifanya kazi yao. Governor Mwangi wa Iria, tunakuomba kwa heshima kubwa uweze kuheshimu hata wamama, kuheshimu kaunti yetu. Kama wamama tunakuomba unakumbuka miradi ulituletea hapa ya wamama. Hiyo miradi yote sahi hakuna. Zilichotwa na mabank, wamama wamebaki mifuko haina pesa, na tulikuchagua pale ukatutetee.
And still on matters politics, Makadara Member of Parliament George Aladwa has told off President William Ruto over his remarks that Azimio coalition is bound to collapse soon. Speaking in Vihiga County during a church function at Holy Spirit Church, Aladwa said Azimio is still strong and a worthy competitor come 2027. Aladwa further said all the Azimio principals led by Raila Odinga are behind the coalition, as well as elected leaders who were elected under the Azimio umbrella. The outspoken lawmaker further said he will be making several visits in Vihiga to succeed Governor Otichilo come 2027.
Ukashifu sana chama chetu ama muungano wetu wa Azimio ya kwamba itadidimia. Nataka kusema kwamba Azimio iko na Azimio imejengwa na vyama tofauti, vyama ya ODM, Wiper na vyama zingine. Na sisi najua kwamba tuko tayari kurudi kwa mchuano wa 2027 na Azimio ni muungano ambao huwezi kupuuza namna hiyo. Na sisi kama Azimio nashukuru wajumbe tumeshikana na tunaheshimu ya kwamba viongozi wetu bado Mheshimiwa Raila, Mheshimiwa Kalonzo na Mheshimiwa Gideon bado wameendelea kuweka watu wetu pamoja. Kwa hivyo Azimio iko na itabaki kwa Azimio na itabaki kwa muungano wetu ambao tumeshikana.
Meanwhile, residents of BD Estate within Kenyatta Road area of Juja, Kiambu County are living in fear following the emergence of an unknown group of people who have been wandering within the estate in the wee hours of the night. The residents, who have been embroiled in a raging tussle with their counterparts at the Windridge Estate over use of their main gate as a pathway to the latter's property, decried that constant movements within the estate at night has put them at risk of attacks. Led by Wanjiru Chege, the residents decried that Windridge estate owners have their main gate and good access roads, but have been adamant to trespass their compound in absolution violation of local arrangements. The continued abuse of local security arrangements, they said, could degenerate into a crisis that could put them at more risk. They have accused local authorities of laxity in providing solutions to the stalemate, despite their numerous reports.
You find that they have no respect for us. We've built our roads, we have put our security, we have our guards, but they are insisting that they want to pass through our estate. So we are feeling that we have insecurity in our estate. And they even came today in the morning, broke our gates, and they were threatening that they were also going to bring down the gate. So today it was such a bad commotion.
Kwa hivyo vile sisi tunataka serikali igirie, hasa kama ni DCC aigirie hiyo mambo na tuone hii security yetu imerudishwa, kwa sababu tunaona kila mahali hapa, kila estate imekuwa na security yake. Kienda Pavilion, they have their own security. When you go to Chai, they still have their own security. You go to Tausi on the other side, they still have their security. Go to the Siba Court, they also have their security. So here at Kenyatta Road, we see our security is at threat.
Now from Kiambu County to Migori County, where a family in Molu village in Migori County is seeking justice and whereabouts of their 22-year-old son, who is alleged to have been attacked and abducted by unknown people at his house on Thursday night last week. The family, led by the auntie to the son, Jane Adhiambo, said that they heard the noise on Thursday night as Joseph Odhiambo raised alarm of being attacked, and when they rushed to his house where he sleeps, they found blood splattered on the floor and on his bed. The sister to the 22-year-old Helen Adhiambo echoed the same sentiments as she said that her mother called her on Friday morning and she came and joined the search that still continues to date with no signs of getting him at all.
Siku ya Thursday usiku, saa 4 ya usiku, alikuwa ameenda kulala. Nimefika saa 4 ya usiku na nusu, tukasikia nduru. Kama anapiga nduru. Anapiga mara moja tu, kusikia ya pili, ya tatu ndio tumesikia. Kwenda huko kwa nyumba yake, tumepata kama hakuna mtu. Tumepata damu kama mlango yuko wazi. Tukaanza kupiga nduru, watu walikuja. Tumetafuta yeye. Hapa kuambiwa mpaka huko mtoni, tukumpata yeye. Sasa jana tulimtafuta, tulikosa kusikia maneno yoyote. Sasa tunaomba serikali asaidie sisi, tutafute hii mtoto yetu Joseph, arudi nyumbani, tujue penye yako, hata kama ako hai, hata kama amekufa. Tunaomba serikali asaidie sisi.
Ile wajambazi walinitoka kwa nyumba. Nauliza mama, nilitoka hiyo Joseph, hiyo wajambazi walinitoka saa ngapi? Anamwambia saa 4 usiku. Ndio anapiga mayowe. Anateremka chini kwa mtoni huko, anarudi. Hajampata Joseph. Sasa mimi naomba serikali usaidie kutafuta Joseph.
Huyu kijana amepotea. Tunataka serikali tusaidie sisi tupata huyu kijana yetu. Tunaomba.
And really feel the plight of the family, may they find their kin as soon as possible. Meanwhile, South Mugirango constituency is now targeting to raise millions of shillings for bursaries this year to implement its education plan. A total of 50 million shillings had been set aside for bursary disbursement in the constituency's sub-counties, according to Area Member of Parliament Silvana Sosoro. The needy students from poor family backgrounds qualified for between 8,000 shillings and 12,000 shillings each, depending on the institutions they studied.
Mimi nimefurahia sana kufika hapa kwa sababu hii area Osoro ametusaidia sana, hata tunamshukuru sana mheshimiwa. Tunashukuru kabisa. Ni mtoto wangu atanufaika, hata mimi mwenyewe nitanufaika. Niko na furaha sana.
Mgao wa basari wakati huu tumetarget kutumia milioni 50. Kwa sababu tunataka watu wapate 10,000. Tumetarget kutumia milioni 50. The best thing you can do is to give your people education. Watu wakiwa civilized na education, hautakuwa na shida kwa community. Na kwa hivyo sisi tumetarget kutumia milioni 50 za CDF. Tutatafuta pesa zingine milioni kama 30 kutoka Ministry of Education, ifike 80 million. Alafu niko na marafiki wa madonors kidogo, au watu wanapenda scholarship kidogo, watanipatia milioni 50 nyingine. Kwa hivyo tutamaliza around 120 million. Watu wangu wote wasome. Na hiyo ni kitu tunafanya kila mwaka.
And on that note, we'll do a short break, but don't go too far. We'll be right back with more news, so stay tuned.
Since 2009, All Saints has strived to nurture confident, responsible, and ambitious young men into future leaders. Located on 20 acres in a serene and conducive environment, some 4 kilometers from Embu Town Center, it's a modest, cost-friendly education center. We are proud of our strong heritage of opening minds, unlocking talents, and building leaders. We prepare young men for a life dedicated to leadership, achievement, and service to the world. All Saints Senior Boys Academy. We make the difference.
Hey! Kaluma King Herbal Lozenges zinazo nguvu maradufu kutuliza kikohozi, vidonda vya koo na mafua. Kaluma King ni shwari.
Tika mama huyo muharifu kaiba kuku zangu, vifaranga wangu na mayai zote pia kabeba. Haya, tika mama huyo.
Maumivu yakizidi, muone daktari.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Now let's continue in Machakos County, where police in Machakos County have arrested 12 people and confiscated illicit alcohol worth 3.8 million shillings after raiding an illegal factory at the Katheka Kai area. The operation, led by Machakos Police Commander Isa Mohamud, also led to the discovery of fake Kenya Revenue Authority stickers and excise duty stamps. According to the police boss, the factory was initially a bakery, and how it was turned into a brewery remains a mystery. Mohamud further confirmed that the consignment in the godown had evaded taxes amounting to over 2 million shillings.
Hapa ndio tulivunja dirisha, tukakuja na ngazi, tukapanda juu na tukaingia ndani hapa. Na tukapata ya kwamba hii ni factory mzima ya kutengeneza pombe. Pombe aina mbili. Pombe za vodka ambayo moja inaitwa Everest na ile nyingine inaitwa San Antonio. Hiyo ndio trademark ya ile pombe tulikuta hapa. Tumekuta pombe ambayo mnaona vizuri iko na dhamana ya 3.8 million value yake, street value, according to KRA. This was a operation that we conducted, National Police Service, Ngao, tulikuwa pamoja, sisi wote.
Elsewhere, residents of Komoleon area, Tiaty West, have adopted a new way of circumcising teenage boys in a bid to abandon retrogressive culture that encourages cattle rustling in the area. The ceremony, that involved 77 initiates, used Christian teachings to encourage the young boys to embrace education, good neighborliness, and respect for one another. Political and religious leaders who attended the event said there is a need for such ceremonies to be adopted more in order for the community to mold a new crop of peace advocates.
Sherehe ni sherehe tofauti sana ikilinganishwa na sherehe ambayo ilikuwa ikifanywa hapo awali. Maana ya kitambo walikuwa na tairi, baada hapo hivi wanaenda kuoa. Lakini sherehe ya saa hizi, sherehe ya siku hizi ni sherehe ambayo watoto wanatairiwa, wanafunzwa mambo mazuri, wanafunzwa mambo ya tabia nzuri, wanafunzwa mambo ya masomo, kuendelea katika maisha yao. Wao watoto ambao watakuwa ni watiifu, wao watoto ambao watakuwa ni viongozi ya baadaye.
Sisi kama kanisa tuliona hii inafanya vijana wetu waendelee kufanya ile tabia mbaya ya kushambulia majirani, na pia wanaanza kukuwa maadui na watu wengine. Na hili kanisa tunataka kila mtu awe rafiki, kila mtu awe ndugu bila kukuwa na hiyo ubakuzi, na hii mentality ya kuleta ng'ombe unaitwa mwanaume kwa sababu umeenda umeraid, umeua, ati hiyo ndio unasifiwa. Hayo ndio nafundishwa katika ile ya Kipokot. But now kikanisa tumebadilisha hiyo. Tunakuja kufundisha waweze kupenda majirani na mtu achitafutie mali kwa njia ya haki.
Now, the County Commissioner of Siaya, Jim Njoka, has strongly urged chiefs and their assistants to uphold a high level of integrity during the registration of farmers set to begin on the 7th to 14th January this year. Speaking while opening the training of the administrators from all the sub-counties in Siaya, Mr. Njoka encouraged them to record the accurate and factual data. The registration program training is timely to facilitate the uptake of the subsidized fertilizers before the onset of the 2023 long rain season.
For village elders in Bakumi, and we are also going to work very closely with the county government officers who are working in the agriculture department of the county government of Siaya, and I'm appealing to you chiefs to uphold high levels of integrity. Make sure you give us accurate data and don't cheat, particularly on the acreage. If the farmer is only having 1 acre of crop, just like that, don't exaggerate, don't cheat, because we shall hold you accountable for giving the wrong data. But I have confidence in you because the government has already prepared the facility.
Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua is now challenging elected leaders in the Mount Kenya region to mentor the youth to take up leadership roles in future, noting that there is a leadership crisis in the region. He was speaking in Nyeri during the early Sunday morning walk within the Mount Kenya Conservancy. He also noted that he will be meeting Meru leaders in his private residence in Madeira in a bid to find solutions to the ongoing wrangles in the county. He was accompanied on his early morning walk by Senators John Methu of Nyandarua and Karungo Wathangwa of Kiambu.
Because nobody prepared leaders for tomorrow. We have only come to leadership because of the old adage that nature abhors vacuum. We were not mentored by anybody from this region. In fact, it is President William Ruto who took it upon himself to mentor most of us. And finally, again, I have taken the opportunity this morning to cry before God for the people of Meru, where there are challenges of leadership threatening development. Meru County